21st century, and it seems like everybody like to live that fast and quick rich life. I don't care what it is, that it seems like everybody like to do things in a hurry. But I come by this morning to encourage us as missionaries to be faithful in the little things. As I look at the world that we live in, I look at these millionaires like Warren Buffett and Bill Gates, and everybody knows them. And I look at them on this morning, how they make the money and how they use the money on this morning. And I look at us as people that we graduated from high school and think that we should be a CEO of a company. And I look at us as individuals that do not want to start from the bottom and move up to the top. I look at us in the spiritual realm, how we get out of the world today and go join the church on tomorrow, and you want to be a deacon or a preacher on the following Sunday. But I just come by this morning to encourage our hearts on this morning. It's to be faithful in the little things on this morning. As we can look at the text, when Jesus was talking, telling his disciple, he said unto his disciple, there was a certain rich man which have a steward, and his same was accused unto him that he had wasted his goods. So missionary, on this morning, we are on a journey on this morning, and we don't have time to waste anything. And that means that going out witness to people, even if we going out minister to people, doing little things and going to the nursing home, which somebody don't want to go to the nursing home. But the Bible let us know to be faithful where God have us at on this morning. If you're going to the nursing home, you serving those people at the residence, or you going to help somebody to give a bath that everybody don't want to do that job. But the Bible let us know that we just be faithful. If we just can be faithful in the little things on this morning. We don't know where God would take us. We don't know where God would send us. But if we just can be faithful on the little things on this morning, God will bless us on this morning. The story is about the rich man who was cheated by the manager, praising his the things that he was doing. But you got to remember that I don't care how you cheat people, how you try to get over on people, God is keeping record of everything that we do. Whether it's good or bad, God is keeping record of everything that we do on this morning. So I come by to tell us that we are on the battlefield for the Lord. And when you're on the battlefield for the Lord, you're going to be faced with many situations. You're going to be faced with situations that you got some people that want to go out with you on the battle. You got some people that say they want to go with you out for the battle, but when time to get started and time to go, they are not there. Then you got some people that just not gonna go anyway. We serving three sets of people, three groups of people. We got the few faithful ones that's trying to go, trying to do what's right. So I come by this morning to encourage you to continue on doing what's right, because one thing about the whole situation, the Lord gonna pay us after a while. Whether it's good or bad, He gonna pay us after a while. And then you got some people that don't want to do it at all. But as we can go to the Bible on this morning, as we can look at some people in the Bible on this morning that serve well, that didn't mind serving. They were just faithful for where God had them at on this morning. If you can look at Moses, and you know what Moses was faced with. You know the situation that Moses was faced with. Many times we are impressed by those who have many times we are impressed by those who have great faith in God. We are tempted to see them as a great spiritual warrior. When reality in, they learn faithfulness in the small things first. God will show His power to whoever stays humble and faithful to Him. In the Bible, we can look at Exodus, the 3rd chapter and 1st verse. Now Moses was tending the flock of Jericho. His father-in-law, the priest of Mammon, or the lead was the flock on the side of the wilderness, and he came there to the mountain of God. And Moses spent 40 years of his life tending to sheep in order to lead the people to the promised land. Moses was humbled by the circumstances he was initially in, but he submitted himself to the small task of the shepherd. Then you can look at Joshua in the book of Exodus, the 24th chapter and 13th verse. Joshua stayed by Moses' side and served him faithfully. He was young when he became Moses' aide, but he lived to be a very old man, leading Israel into battle and the promised land. Moses was revered by the people and honored by God present. Joshua was simple and obedient assistant. By doing the small task of assisting Moses, Joseph was proved and prepared to take hold to his leadership. If we look at somebody else,